How's it going, everybody? Coming to you today because we're going to answer a question that I get asked a lot. Since my channel deals a lot with 2A and with motorcycles, I get asked, how do you protect yourself? Do you carry while you're on your bikes? When you went on the Continental Divide, what did you use for protection? Do you carry anything? And the answer is yes, I do. So stick around, we're going to be diving into my motorcycle concealed carry that I use when I'm out on my adventure bikes. Coming to you guys today from the driveway because it's supposed to rain. I didn't want to be doing this out in the middle of the woods and get caught in a thunderstorm, so you'll have to bear with the noises associated with being in my driveway. But anyway, what do I carry? How do I carry? Do I carry while I'm out on my bikes? And the answer is yes, I carry. We're going to look at what I carry, and we're going to look at how I carry while I'm out on my rides. Recently, I went on a 3,000-mile trip on the DR. I went from Arkansas to Antelope Wells, New Mexico, which is right at the Mexico border, all the way up to Breckenridge, and then in Colorado, and all the way back home. And that was about 2,000 miles of pavement and about 1,000 miles of dirt. And what I carried worked phenomenal for that. When I'm out here local, just riding around on the dirt roads here, I carry. And we're gonna dive into what and how I carry right now. So what we have here is a LA Police Gear fanny pack. And I know fanny packs are not cool. They're weird. They're all of that. And for everyday use, I agree. I'm just not a fan of wearing it every day. But while I was on the motorcycle, this thing worked fantastically. It kept secure. It kept dirt out. It kept most of the rain and wetness out. I mean, my gun it's not waterproof, but it really helps protect from dirt, grime, and from weather. And I was very, very happy with this LA Police Gear fanny pack. Now, you can see you got your area for morale patches there on the front. I just threw some of mine on. Some sunscreen, a couple of different types of chapstick. The reason why I carried two is one gets used on my lips, one gets used on my nose to keep my nose nice and moisturized when I was in Colorado and in that drier air. So I recommend two chapsticks. Just make sure you remember which one goes in your nose and which one goes in your lips. But that was what I carried there. So you may notice I have a carabiner on this side and a carabiner on this side. Since I do ride this while on the adventure bikes and you're going over hills and rocks and bouncing around, you don't want this to break either at the plastic tab or the fact that this one has a quick disconnect that'll take and come off, or can come off. So you can actually remove the strap. You try to keep that cover on it, but while riding the bike, I noticed this kept coming back. So I took the red carabiner and I hooked this to either a belt loop if I'm wearing regular blue jeans while riding. My riding pants have a pull tab on the pocket, so I can keep the pocket zipped, attach it to this, and if either the plastic clip or the metal clip fell, I will be hooked and I will feel this and know, hey, something's not right. I need to check on it. The one on this side is how I deploy my self-defense weapon. So right-handed, I could reach down. I'm grabbing this big carabiner, not trying to fumble with grabbing this small lanyard. Grab the big carabiner and I can yank and come all the way across and then come back and deploy my pistol. what pistol do I carry and how do I carry it inside there? That's next. So inside here, when it comes open, I've got my Harry's holster for my Smith & Wesson J-frame. Now, this piece here is supposed to be a universal fit type. Put your gun in it and strap it down. It's a universal fit holster. I didn't like it. It wasn't secure enough, and it didn't cover the trigger good on my Smith & Wesson J-frame. So by putting the Harry's holster in here, I'm able to have a good retention in the holster. It fits wrapping around, attaches through the Velcro, holds it perfectly in place. Like I said, over 4,000 miles with this setup, and it allows me the flexibility to where if I get to town somewhere, or if I want to leave the fanny pack in the hotel or whatever, I can just conceal carry with my holster. Now, reach in, pull my gun is hot, setting it down. You can see how it fits in there, and works really, really well. In the front here, I've got a zippered compartment, and I keep 2 reloads on the Zeta quick sticks. This one is the Zeta 6 J-Pack, and I keep 2 of these fully loaded. So I've got a total of 15 rounds of 38 special, which I know for the 2A guys, they're like, oh, that's not enough. You know, that's 1 Glock mag or whatever. But realistically, in the 4,000 miles I've used this, never once had to pull out my firearm. I've never even had to get close, even riding cross country. So that is how I carry while I'm on my bike. I'll show you what it looks like while actually on the bike, and that's pretty much it. It's a short little video for you guys today, just answering the question of what I carry and how I carry. Let me show you what it looks like when you're actually wearing it. You can see, got the fanny pack on. I've got the red carabiner attached to a belt loop, which would be how I would normally wear it. And even getting on the bike, it's out of the way. I can comfortably ride all day, no issues at all. The pull to open carabiner just kind of flaps around. You really can't feel it, or it never bothered me, I'll put it that way. Even with standing up to ride, it was never an issue. So in a realistic scenario, I'm not going to be trying to John Wick and pull a gun and ride and shoot and do jumps and stuff like that. That's just silly. But this is how I conceal carry while I'm on the road. It does allow me a lot of freedom. It's not uncomfortable being inside the waistband and getting pinched. It's not outside the waistband where it could be grabbed by a tree branch or anything like that, or just getting dirt and grime from the road into an open top holster. It's enclosed and it's safe, and I believe it's an effective way to carry while out on your motorcycle, doing your adventure riding or whatever. And like I said, if I get to town and I want to leave this because I don't want to look like a doofus, it's super easy to just open this up, remove the Velcro, and now I've got my concealed carry Harry's holster. I can easily pop this inside my waistband, boom, good to go. I've got my firearm, and I can take my J-clips and throw these in my pocket just like that, and I'm ready to go to town. And for those of you that'll ask, which I know someone will, using a tank bag and this does not get in the way either. When I stand up, I'm over the tank bag. When I sit down behind the tank bag. So the tank bag and the fanny pack never interact. So you can run a tank bag and the fanny at the same time. Okay, so that's how I carry and what I carry. Now, why do I carry the J frame and not something like a Glock 43X or a 43 or a P365 or one of those other smaller guns that would fit in here as well? Well, for two reasons. Number one is when I was taking my trip on the Continental Divide Trail, going from Arkansas, Oklahoma, Texas, New Mexico, Colorado, and back, I did not know all of the legalities of every place I was going to be. So I figured the magazine restrictions that could possibly come into play wouldn't come in with a 5-shot revolver. Secondly, it's a very unassuming little gun. A lot of people aren't scared of them, or it doesn't look scary. If I were to use it and have to go to court over it, it doesn't look like I'm all tacked out. It's a little black revolver. It's a little Saturday night special, as some would say. It's not something that looks like you're going out and you're looking for trouble. In most situations where I travel, where I live, what I do, 5 shots should be more than enough, and the fact that I've got some reloads there, it really ought to get me through every situation that I might encounter, and so far it has, because I've never had to use it. So it may not be tactical, it may not be something that I would, recommend for everyone, but it's what works for me, and it's what works with my carry and how I carry. So there you have it. That is what I carry, how I carry, and the philosophy of why I carry it. And it is the LA Police Gear fanny pack, and it works really, really well when you're out riding. So as always, thank you guys for watching. Remember, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll put a link for this fanny pack down in the description so you can find one, see if it would work for you. It's been great for me so far, with the one caveat that I don't trust just this system that comes with the fanny pack. I use it in conjunction with a good quality holster, and the holster that I choose to use with the firearm that I use is the Harry's holster. It works great with the Smith & Wesson J-frame. It conceals well and it's comfortable, and it works really well with this fanny pack. So as always, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.